Got numbers? Sweet.
Welcome to the Backroom podcast, episode number 2.
Number 2.
We've been talking for like 2 or 3 hours at this point. Didn't record any of it. So
Burger King foot lettuce.
Burger King foot lettuce. I tip extra for that.
Nice. Now you're gonna watch me play Mahjong this time. At least I'm more decent than this one now.
It's something different.
Yeah, right.
Look, we did okay at poker. You made 2,000 more chips than usual.
Right. All right. So, how's it going, Mike? It's been a little bit.
It's going well. We missed last week, kind of.
Yeah. Got busy.
Due to just the way our recording schedule works. I had to miss that week because I was busy with work. I want to die.
Everyone wants to die at work.
That's true. That's a fact. All my coworkers say the same thing.
So, what do you want to talk about? I guess we can talk about our weeks now, right?
I want to start with an apology
knows what we're doing.
about the last podcast, if you watched that. Sorry, my audio was crackly. I don't know what that was about. Otherwise, I hope it went fine. Otherwise, how was your week, Jeremy?
It's been alright. I was pretty much just chilling, working as well. Because obviously, we're not full-time YouTubers yet.
No, not yet. We both have full-time jobs. I assume yours is also full-time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mine is as well. I'm there constantly. And when I'm not, I'm editing this and all the other episodes.
Yeah, so I guess we can start with my week, since that's how we're structuring this.
Go for it.
So what I did with my week is I was pretty much watching anime this whole time.
There you go.
Also playing some games, but I would say the majority was probably anime. So I would say, so I caught up with AOT, which is Attack on Titan, the final season. The last part of episode 2 just came out.
Right. I haven't seen anything since season 1.
Nice. I'm glad you're gonna get spoiled on it. Literally
Super
everything
spoiled.
in the game.
That's fine. I'll watch it and be surprised anyway. I'm kind of dumb like that.
But yeah, the last episode of the part was pretty good. So now we just have to wait, I believe, until next year. I do not know what season though, but sometime next year the new one will come out.
Luckily,
the last part of the season will come out.
Plenty of time to catch up.
Right. So, other than that, AOT's been really great. So, you really just start like left off on season 1?
Yeah.
Like last episode, or did you stop at season 1, like somewhere?
I think it was the last episode. It's been so long since I've seen it that I don't really remember. So I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing through basically to refresh. But I think I watched all the way through the first season.
So since season 1's pretty much like so old now, like
It's
what was the
old
last
as
thing you
hell.
remembered? Because I think at that point we're kind of safe on like spoilery stuff.
Maybe it was season 2. Sorry if you haven't seen this yet, but I'm gonna tell you where I left off. Eren just discovered he was a Titan.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's past season 1.
Season 1, okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen a little further than I thought.
So yeah, season 1 ends. Also, apologies if you didn't see any of it. But yeah, the last of season 1 is where they take out the girl Titan, and he reveals that there's Titans in the walls.
That's where I left off. So I'm
Okay.
in the dark from here, which it's been like 4 years.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising to see of how long ago Attack on Titan was.
It's crazy.
I know, like, I think we're in high school when season 1 ended, and
Oh yeah,
that
I was
fucking
like
nuts.
just leaving high school, somewhere around there. You were like in your senior year or the end of your sophomore year, probably.
Yeah,
Right
pretty
around the
much.
time Smash 4 came out, I think.
Yeah.
Classic good times.
Yeah, Smash. So yeah, that was pretty fun. So the next thing I watched was I watched all of Boogie Pop Phantom. which is an old anime from 2000, and that anime is such a trip. I'm not gonna lie. So like, just to give a little synopsis, something, an event happens in a random town in Tokyo, like in Japan, and a beam of light shoots up in the middle of nowhere, and due to that light, all throughout the city, there's like weird supernatural phenomenons happening. And so throughout the episode, we're like getting characters, and it starts off with just this random girl in high school, obviously. Anime. When does it not do that?
Right. Classic anime.
But she ends up talking about how this event changes her life, and what she witnesses. So throughout the episodes, we meet like other side characters, and these like side characters are based off of like the next episodes.
Okay.
So like, for example, there's like these two girls are walking in the street, or like a busy street in whatever city they are, and they end up passing by this random dude that's being detained by police, and he's like clearly insane. Like he has like foam coming out of his mouth.
Oh my god. Okay.
And so throughout the don't worry about it.
Okay.
I lost. So throughout so the next episodes, they show you who this guy is, and like he like chose like why he turned out the way he did at the end. So it was, and then it just keeps doing that throughout pretty much the whole series, until like around the final episodes, and then you start to figure out what happens with that beam of light, and these random things are happening in this town.
Okay.
So, not to spoil anything, just because I know.
So it's like a kind of Uzumaki situation. If you've heard of Uzumaki, is like a horror writer in the Megasphere.
I believe I know what
like,
you're talking about.
It's like where the mountain has holes, people-shaped holes, and people are like, "It's my hole. I have to go there."
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, kind of.
So, I wouldn't say like that. It's still more like supernatural. So,
Very supernatural.
So, like say in like the last episode, you know how we we're talking about SMPs or
SCPs.
SCPs.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like a little bit like that.
Okay.
In the end, because I don't want to spoil anything here. I'm trying to
just dance around it.
Yeah, I'm trying to dance around it, and it's kind of hard to explain since the series is like really hard to explain.
As usual.
I mean, the anime's that part was pretty old. I watched the second one was Boogie Papa Others, and it's both a prequel and a sequel at the same time.
Right.
And it just explains further on of what actually was the beam of light.
What's going on? Pretty much. Okay.
Because in the anime, it doesn't actually, or in Phantom, it doesn't ever tell you what happened with that beam of light.
Okay, that's technically good story writing, because you shouldn't explain the events going on if you want it to be super mysterious, like how I assume it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But obviously, there's nothing wrong with making a sequel that explains things.
Yeah,
because you can just ignore that if you're not down with what's going on. Kind of like Mass Effect for really nerdy fans out there.
So yeah, the series overall is pretty good. I would say the only criticism I would have with it would be like a little bit of the vagueness. Also, like, I know like the art style they're trying to go for with the anime is it's all like muted colors.
So it's like
really, really muted colors.
2006 shooters of anime, kind of.
Yeah, like
just muddy and brown and not very pretty to look at, pretty much.
Yeah, it's all dark grays, tans color looking. And
I know
And that's,
aesthetic you're painting right now.
yeah. So
Did you lose again?
yeah, I lost again. I got third. So in the last episode of Phantom, though, it actually shows what the colors are because the events are over.
Okay.
So
it's like, this is happening. The world sucks. When it ends, it's like the world's a little better. The colors come back.
yeah. So
Okay. I like metaphors like that. I might watch this on my own now, actually.
yeah. But as I was saying though, like the only criticism I have with it though is that it's kind of hard to follow which character you're looking at because they kind of all look the same, which is kind of I would say is a little bit of
a victim of the early 2000s anime.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I think that's why I really like Other a lot. Because at least then it has
all the characters pretty much.
Yeah, because they all have their unique designs, and I know that's kind of tropey, but I feel in the end it was a little bit more memorable.
Honestly, in this day and age, I'm surprised we can still come up with unique anime characters.
I know, right?
It's like, how do you draw the same person with different hair?
How many
400 million times?
How many purple head big boob ladies can we draw?
Erin, how about that? She's just blonde. That's it. She's not different.
So yeah, Boogie Pop is great. I highly recommend it. For the first one, or for Phantom, I'd say you kind of have to like pay attention and like you have to be a little bit dedicated to it because it's kind of out there.
It's early 2000s anime confusing.
Yeah.
If you grew up with that kind of thing, then you're used to it. But younger people, just be aware of the weird shit going on. It doesn't make any sense. It will at some point, I'm sure.
Right.
You have to think about it though.
So and then the last anime I watched for my weeks was Akudama Drive, which actually just came out about maybe a few years ago. And what's neat about this anime is that it was made. I don't know who which angle made it or whatever, but it has the artist of Danganronpa.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that right away. I called it.
Yeah, when I was showing you it.
What did I call it?
Persona.
I thought it was Persona artwork. But Jeremy corrected me to Persona or Danganronpa. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, this one I'd say it was really good. I seen afterwards I saw like Metacritic or whatever, like that kind of angle or like my anime list. Mm-hmm. They kind of put it around like 75%. So it was like kind of average for them.
That's pretty good. That's over a third of a quarter, so it's awesome.
But I thought it was really good. It was like I would say aesthetic. There was a lot of really neat things. And
really?
I mean, I obviously really like Danganronpa a lot, so that's another thing too.
Can you spell it for me?
What? Danganronpa?
No, the other one. Akudama Drive or whatever.
Akudama? I think it's Akaudama, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on my list too.
Nice.
Because you didn't talk about it this much earlier.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, so also to give a synopsis of this one, it follows yet again a girl.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Whoa. Didn't expect that out of Japan. Wow.
So it follows her, and she ends up going to this dang it, I forgot the dang food. The little bowls with like octopus or whatever.
Takoyaki?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, delicious.
She goes to the stand and she meets this motorcycle dude, and he drops a coin.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, you dropped a coin."
She goes to a takoyaki stand and that kickstarts her adventure.
Yeah. So, also to give settings too. Also to give a little bit of setting here. It's like in like neon Japan.
Future Japan or like 90s Japan?
Like future.
Okay.
And so he ends up like driving off, but she gets the takoyaki, but the owner only accepts physical cash.
Okay.
And the girl's like, "Oh, I don't have physical. I only have I don't have a card technically.
Okay.
And she's like, well, you're just dining. The old lady freaks out, and she's like, you're just dining dashing on me. And she's like, oh no, I'm not.
No.
But it ends up just cataclysmically ending her going to the police, and she gets arrested.
Okay.
So, and then
Interesting.
throughout the first episode, it shows off these other people, and they're all technically criminals. Mm-hmm. And then it gives her whole intros of what they are. So you have the Brute. He's a big guy with dreads. And then you see the motorcycle guy that we see at the takoyaki stand. And he's technically was known as a courier. So he delivers stuff.
Okay.
And then we see the doctor lady, also big boobs, not complaining.
That's okay. I didn't complain.
I didn't complain. And then we see a hacker dude.
Hacker man.
And then they all get this email technically saying, hey, if you do this job, you get 1,000,000 yen.
Okay.
And they're all racing to get this thing, or finish the job. And so back to the girl, she ends up getting the name of Swindler, and then she meets all of these criminals again, or all the criminals go where she is technically.
Okay.
Because they're trying to rescue another criminal, which is known as what was his name? He's like a psychopath. Oh, it is like his name was like Head Splitter or something like that.
Hayao Miyazaki.
So in the end, she gets swept up into this whole like big huge job technically with all
isekai'd?
with all these. No, she doesn't get isekai'd.
Damn.
That's not an isekai. I mean, she's technically taking from her world into a criminal world.
So kind of, a little bit.
I would say it's out of world. But, so, yeah, then it pretty much ends up into, wow, this is a really good hand.
So I'll take your word for it.
I got three tiles. But,
Is it like poker?
No, it's like solitaire.
Oh, okay.
If I had to give it an example, it's like solitaire. But so other than that, the anime was really good. I really liked the art style, and there's pretty much every episode had a really neat action sequence.
Okay. Which anime was this again? It come out Akudama Drive?
Akudama Drive.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got it confused with Durarara for some reason.
So great. One of my favorites too.
I've seen a couple episodes, and what I saw I really liked, so I hope to check it out one day, even though I know it's ancient.
It's actually
at this point,
like based off of like the animation before, it's really good. Look, I'm gonna get a win for once.
I remember watching it on Toonami back in like the early, being just really confused, but also blown away because it looked really good.
You also get to see big smoky anime lady.
Big smoky anime titties. She got a cat head. She has no face, so you don't have to feel guilty. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Dang it, I didn't win. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I did with my week.
All I did was work and play Elden Ring. Sorry guys, nothing interesting at all. We Margaret and Godfrey, and then I killed 30 mini bosses.
Nice.
Went underground twice, 2 different cities. Got like 15 summons, and that's all I've done so far.
Nice. I mean, playing Elden Ring. I mean, who else isn't doing that besides the nobodies?
Not literally the entire world. Definitely not them.
I know. Especially the one dude who beat it without dealing damage.
He sure did, man. Like,
freaking
he cheated technically, but I'll take it.
He didn't cheat. He was doing a sick challenge.
Yeah. What do you know what summon he used for that? By the way, he summons to beat the game without damaging anybody.
Yeah, so I don't know what summons he'd used, but he used ones that initiated poison. So if I had to say, it was
probably a rot dog.
That or jellyfish.
Jellyfish. Does jellyfish do poison?
Yeah, it does poison.
What?
And at least, I mean, you can upgrade the summons as much as you want. So, and I think for those ones,
as long as you have Ghost Glovewort or what?
Grovewort.
Wort, is that what it's called?
I think so.
I can't read.
I don't even know either. But I think for those ones though, I think you're able to upgrade them past 10.
Yeah.
Because they're not the legendary ones.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, I mean, for I think games I played, I just been playing Lost Judgment. That's been pretty great. Obviously, Yakuza fanboy here, so.
I think I've only really played Elden Ring. Every other game has been something from 2000 or before.
Oh, you were telling me though that you were trying to fuddle with the Zelda PC port.
It's true. So at the time of recording, this Zelda PC port came out, I don't know, maybe a week ago.
Have they been DMCA'd yet?
No, surprisingly. Much like the Mario 64 PC port. Nintendo can't really do anything about it.
Really?
It's just reverse engineering their code, basically.
Oh,
To run on a PC. So they have not a whole lot of legal jurisdiction at the moment. I'm sure they're building a case of some kind. But Ocarina of Time just got recompiled on the PC, and I've been trying to figure out how to recompile that on my own because I have the V1 release basically, which has no assets from the actual N64 game at the moment. So you have to splice the code and the ROM essentially to pull assets to get it to work in the code. And I haven't figured that out yet.
That sounds so complicated.
It's like a Rubik's Cube with 400 cubes.
To be honest, what you just told me was literally complete gibberish.
Yeah. See, that's what I worry about a lot. Is just like I do something and it's like nobody knows what's happening. No one knows what's going on. But essentially, I can't get the PC port of Ocarina of Time to run on my PC yet.
Rip. That's a big rip.
I think V2 just released not too long ago.
You try with that one then?
Probably going to, as soon as I figure out how to program with anything.
I think with that though, I think that's pretty much it, right? So I guess we can get into news, right?
Yeah, we can get into the news.
I lost.
Damn. But
all right, we're back. So yeah, we're getting right into news. So I guess we could start off with some game announcements.
Yes, sir.
I think the only one of note, well, before it came out, because this is the next one was already technically out, but this one's One Piece Odyssey. So
I don't know much about this, so I'm gonna let Jeremy talk mostly about it.
yeah, so
I'll interject briefly about my thoughts.
yeah, so I'm just to let everyone know again. If you think of probably a popular series, I'm probably might be into it. Maybe 70-25% of it.
Same with me. Good chance. There's a pretty good chance.
But
This is anime. Sorry, guys.
yeah. So I'm actually caught up with One Piece. I already watched. I'm up to 1020, I believe.
I'm super shocked by. My entire life only watched till maybe like season 4. Maybe.
I only know it by arcs. I don't know it by seasons. If you had to say what was the last episode you remember watching, so that way I can get a time frame.
I have no idea. Luffy fell into the ocean. It was a clown man.
Oh,
So it was a really, really long time ago.
oh yeah, that's East Blue. So that's definitely before anything.
Okay. So I'm way behind.
So I'm really excited of this game because apparently this game has actually been in development for a really long time, and it's actually giving me a lot of like Dragon Quest 11 vibes.
Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about Dragon Quest 11.
Because the one thing that really was kind of a disappointment was Worlds. I can't remember the subtitle of it, but it was like One Piece World Seeker. That's what it was.
Okay.
And that one was like an open worlds like.
Oh no.
It was like I don't know how to really explain. It was just open world technically.
Okay.
And the one thing I really didn't like about it is that game was really silent. There was like barely any music at all.
Not enough going on, huh?
Yeah, like besides maybe like a battle
No
theme.
music? Were you like sailing around the ocean just silently?
You don't. I don't think you sail in the game at all.
No.
No,
Okay.
you're on this.
Interesting.
I think it's called Iron Island or something like that. And yeah, I think your team is like all across this island, and you're just trying to find them on this island, and of course the Marines are there, and they're obviously trying to stop you, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of a disappointment. I think I only played like maybe 5 hours at most.
Oh man.
So
Sure, that game went a lot longer than that too.
yeah, because I mean it was really like, I don't know, like it looked really pretty, which was nice, but other than that, it was like mediocre combat, no music whatsoever,
Kind of
very limited
probably.
stealth. The traversal was actually not too bad. The only thing I didn't really like about it though is you get to like the city area of the island, and you're like trying to like slingshot yourself through all these like these rooftops, and you would think that was fun. But the only bad part is that there's Marines posted up on some of these rooftops with snipers, and they instantly snipe you up in the air.
That doesn't sound very fun at all.
Yep. And then you fall down, and
Then you have to do it again.
Yeah.
And
So
then the same thing happens again.
have you played Spider-Man? Either the PS4 one or Miles Morales?
A little bit of PS4 one.
Okay, so even in there, they also have snipers that shoot you down. But at least there, you can
You
dodge,
can dodge.
or you can just maneuver your way away from their bullet range or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of sucks.
Oh,
But I have high hopes for this one, because at least this one's actually RPG,
right.
and you're actually able to play as the whole crew. In World Seeker, you're only ever able to play as Luffy.
Really?
Yeah, it was only Luffy.
Okay. Jeez.
But
Interesting way to limit, I guess, about an entire pirate crew.
yeah, but I'm really excited. I really hope they nail it and
So too.
add music. Damn it, especially in an RPG.
I feel for anime fans and their usually kind of cheap games. It's really sad to see because that series is super popular, kind of like Pokemon.
I know, right?
It's $1 billion franchise and they make these shitty fucking games and it's like, why? You have the money, you do.
If just to get on like a tangent here, I think like freaking Pokemon should have like really these AAA experiences here, but they just won't give you it.
For real though.
I mean, I get that like you have to program like over 900 plus like models or whatever.
Yeah, I
for
get
each
there's
game.
a lot of Pokemon, but they only need to do so many things for moves, at least. Like the last 3D game before that, serious 3D game at least, I feel, was Colossus.
Oh,
Or XD, at least.
you mean
Pokemon XD.
yeah, XD
With
and
the
then,
Shadow Leah and all that shit.
it wasn't Colossus. It was no, I'm drawing a blank on it, but I know what you mean. It's like Colosseum, but not Colosseum.
Yeah, kind of Coliseum. Well, XD was Coliseum 2, basically.
Yeah,
And obviously that was small scale, stage based. I know it was called the Kel region or something. That's why I slipped up. But
I think the one bad part about those were the
it was
shadow.
very limited.
Was definitely the shadow Pokemon.
Yeah,
I think that was at least I mean, it's kind of a neat mechanic or whatever. It's kind of
it wasn't fleshed out enough.
Yeah, I think there should have been at least a
Like
few ways
Shadow
to-
Lugia was the coolest Pokemon, but it's only because it was the title Pokemon.
Well, not only that, you can even trade it out of the X, couldn't you? Because I don't think you can ever get
Kind
Shadow
of.
Lugia
You can't
anywhere.
leave Shadow Lugia. You can't or trade Shadow Lugia outside of that generation at all.
Oh, is
So
that
it's
it?
locked to that game entirely.
Yeah, that's
So it's
kind of a shame.
super really sad, honestly, because that was such a cool game and it had a lot of things going on that could have been expanded upon later in the Pokemon series, but they just kind of kept doing the same thing they were doing, which isn't bad, I'll say.
I mean,
But it got boring after a while.
if I had like follow up on that though, I do think Black and White was really good.
I haven't played that one yet. That's the one I've been missing for a long time, and I need to because I know everybody loves it.
Because at least with Black and White, that the story in Black and White wasn't bad at all. Like it was really good.
I heard it's super good, so I can't wait to get to
Yeah.
whether on the Let's Play channel or not.
Because like if I had to gripe more, I think it would probably like X and Y. X and Y had a bad organization. That organization was not good.
I'd agree to
I think
that.
it was Team Flare.
Team.
Yeah, I think it was Team Flare.
I don't even remember. All I remember is that
It's a big-
why people wanted to end the world because Y was the Pokemon of death or whatever. X people wanted to save the world because it was the Pokemon of life or something.
So well, that's the thing though, because it's not even like it's only one organization. It's not like
It's not two. It's
not
just
two.
the one.
Yeah, it's just Team Flare, and all they're trying to do is, I believe, they were just gonna use the power of these legendaries to activate an ancient like cannon or something like that from like if you're like a big Pokemon lore person, like
That
from like
sounds-
their Pokemon War or something.
Sounds right.
And then like this big tall dude that I guess lived through that, or something like that. He's like immortal or whatever. He's
He
like,
was like the king of an ancient civilization or something.
yeah, and like I don't know. And then that's the plot, is like they're just using this big cannon or whatever.
Right.
And I mean that's kind of neat though, but I mean other than that's the only thing they got for it.
The only unique thing about it, aside from the ghost hex trainer.
The one cool thing though about X and Y was definitely the EX evolutions. I think
Yes.
that's another really good thing.
The mega evolutions were something else, truly. And it's really sad they haven't brought them back in any capacity whatsoever,
Yeah.
because they were genuinely something interesting. Mega Metagross is my shit, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's my son.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool duders. But
The Gengar? Come on. How could you beat that? It's
he's
scary.
literally in the ground,
He's
sticking
got
his tongue out.
mouth. He's like, I'm gonna eat you, bitch.
So I guess to get off tangent now, after getting off of that,
Sorry.
you're fine. We're gonna do that a lot. Might as well. Next was it actually just, I think it's been released. I believe so, but it's the Lego Skywalker Saga.
Yes. Not sure how to approach Star Wars without pissing anybody off. For history about it, Jeremy?
I mean, I've obviously everyone loves the original trilogy,
Right.
and then everyone hates
Classic.
everyone hates the prequel or the technically 1 through 3.
Not everybody. There's a lot of people online who really, really like the prequels, including myself. I'm a prequel lover. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it's awful. There's some good stuff in there, but
Darth Maul, pod racing, Mace
Small is
Windu,
just a visual.
Count
he-
Dooku.
He could be built upon. Count Dooku sucks.
What are you talking about? Dooku's awesome. Although I'm only doing it off the context of the Clone Wars.
Do it. Kill him.
That's not Dooku. That's Palpatine.
Go on. Sorry.
General Grievous. He's fucking badass as fuck.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Remind me I have to show you a really funny Vine.
Got it. Can't wait.
But I played not the prequel Lego games from back in the day. I
But
played the original.
The original.
Yeah,
Same with myself.
yeah. And those were fun. Obviously, I was a kid.
Right.
I loved it.
I felt the same way about the Lego Star Wars games as I did as the Lego Harry Potter ones.
I
It
didn't
was just
play
like
those.
a fun adventure where you're like using magic bullshit to kill people.
Well,
And that's pretty much it with the Lego games.
What I think I like about this though, like it's literally all 9 episodes. It's all like it's
The
even
whole
has
thing?
even has the recent like 2015 stuff too.
I haven't seen the very, very, very most recent one, so I can't.
What a perfect opportunity then.
I guess. Do you think it'd be better or worse?
I think it'd be better because
Okay.
obviously you have the really fun like Lego humor.
I'll take that. We'll watch that instead.
I think I seen like a still frame of like I forgot his name. The big bad of the new ones.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah, Kylo. He's this buff Kylo.
Oh my god, he's like
Yeah,
massive.
he has like it shows him in the mirror and he's just shirtless. It's really funny. And it's just a Lego body.
I can see it in my head, and I'm more like, he's way too big. Even in real life, he's like super blocky, and it's like, what happened, dude?
I would love if they did that. And then also, phone
Got
ring.
treasure, I'm sorry.
Phone ring.
Got some rupees.
Nice. And I also just showed Mike the sweet Shulk reference.
It's true, yeah. I saw that and was like, whoa, I can't
feeling
believe it. I'm really feeling it. Bones.
But also too, what's nice about the new ones is that they're actually voice acted. Because in the originals, they
Yeah, I heard about that.
They weren't voice
I
acted
think
at all. They just like mimicked. Like they're
That
like,
started a couple of years ago. They started voice acting it fully. I don't remember which game they started with.
I
But
think they did it
remember
for
that.
like the Avenger games and Batman games.
That sounds right.
But
Okay.
I think the last Lego
Probably-
game I played was like either Lego the Avengers one or the
Batman.
or the. I think it was either the second one or the third Batman.
I remember it starting somewhere around the Batman. One of the Batman games. So, if you want to play that, I'm down. It sounds goofy as shit.
Yeah, it seems like a good one-off. Maybe.
Sounds perfect, honestly.
I wouldn't mind doing a one-off of it. So this is not really a game announcement, but I'm gonna skip ahead in this list, which is Virtua Fighter 5 X Tekken crossover.
Right.
So, obviously, do you know much about this at all?
I think I played Virtua Fighter 2
Okay.
on PlayStation and Tekken. What was it, 6?
Okay.
Before 7, obviously. Otherwise, no.
Okay. So, just to give a little context here, Virtua Fighter 5 is actually on Judgment, and I'm actually haven't even
Really?
freaking played the mahjong at all yet.
Okay.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Michael just edit whatever.
It's
the
called a
fuck he wants.
podcast, dog.
But yeah, Virtua Fighter 5 is actually on the Judgment games,
Okay.
and I think it's even on.
Shit.
I even think it's on Yakuza 7 too.
Would you say this is the best way to play them at the moment?
Well, the thing is though, is on PS4 and 5, you can actually get Virtua Fighter 5 for free.
Okay.
It's a free to play game. And then you obviously I think you pay like $20 and you can get the extra stuff like costumes and
Is
stuff.
that a PS Plus title or just in general PlayStation?
It's actually
$20.
It's just in general.
Okay. Myself, actually.
So the recent controversy with this game though is that it doesn't have rollback.
Oh dear.
So like Strive and stuff, and then
Now is not the time to not have rollback.
right. So a lot of people think that this was kind of a missed opportunity.
Definitely.
Because, and then another thing too is that a lot of companies say, hey, we're going to bring back this really classic franchise that everyone loves. We're not going to give it the full capacity.
Oh,
And then,
Square Enix.
so, i.e., this rollback issue. And based on all this like crazy like money that they're putting into this game, no one's playing it because of this issue.
The no rollback.
And
There's no
then-
reason to really play. Other than single
then
player,
it's
whatever
been-
that might be.
Yeah, and then it's been proven that like, hey, we brought this series back, but no one's getting into it. That means there's no interest. So we're not gonna further
Yeah.
do this more in the future. or whatever, and that it sucks, bro.
Classic Nintendo move. Oh, Star Fox, you sucked. Guess we're not bringing Star Fox back ever again.
Although I could bring a counter argument, F-Zero GX was the shit. That game was sold. I don't know how much it was sold, but I hoped it was a lot.
I'm gonna look
it
it
was
up
never
right
brought
now.
back again.
No false information on this podcast. F-Zero GX sales numbers, if we can find them.
I know, right?
Nintendo is famously infamous for not posting their sales numbers.
Right. Well, I guess you can look up European numbers.
It's true.
Because usually they always put those up a lot. While you're looking that up, I guess we can go next on the list here. So I guess off of game announcements, I believe. Oh no, there is one more. Which is not an announcement, but a delay. And I know Mike's really sad about this.
Okay, so I'm sorry, this is the Lexus GX. Google is lying to me. Go ahead.
So next on the list is Breath of the Wild 2 delayed announcement trailer.
Yes.
I like how they freaking put an announcement trailer for a delay.
Like 2 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, it was all what we already knew. And then literally like 2 more seconds of a poopy sword.
Just like a sword dipped in acid, basically. Link was like, "Oh shit, I fucked up," and that was it.
Fucked up big time.
I guess I'm curious. What are your thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2? Link has that like glove that has the green magic. Do you think it's like Ganon magic or like Sheikah magic?
I think if I had to say, it was probably at least Sheikah magic, because it's giving me off those like colors. Because if it was Ganon magic, it would obviously
It'd be
be
probably
like
like orange or red or something like that.
or like the goopy purple stuff that you
cool
see in
shit.
the first game.
Yeah, that's true. It has to be like Sheikah magic or
Freaking Metro
Some sort
Prime
of-
3 corruption.
that game wasn't too bad. All right.
I liked it.
Real quick, F-Zero sold 5.85 million copies worldwide
5.1,
as of 2014.
5.8.
5.85. So
That's
almost
pretty good.
5.9 million.
That's pretty good. So hopefully they bring that back. We can always pray.
Please, Nintendo.
They brought back Strikers.
It's been so long.
They brought back Strikers.
On. You made Mario Kart 8.
Like-
You can do F-Zero or something else. Come on.
Even at this point, I wouldn't mind when they do a GameCube release, they do F-Zero GX on it.
Please. I'd love to play F-Zero GX without having to break out my dusty old GameCube.
Hey,
Not that I don't like doing that, okay? I love my GameCube. I have 2 of them. One of them is in...
I also have 2 of them. They're right there.
One of them is a Pokemon XD Special Edition that doesn't work. So, I know, alright?
I'll just pull up F-Zero on Game Boy and I'll play it on my GameCube.
We'll get F-Zero FX somehow, alright?
Is that the arcade
That's
one?
the arcade one.
Yeah, we'll get an arcade
We'll get
cabinet.
it somehow. I'll work for a very powerful millionaire restaurant. We'll get it. Don't you worry.
But other than that, I say, I mean, delays suck, obviously, especially yearly delays.
Especially. But it's Nintendo. Miyamoto said, a rushed game is forever bad, but a delayed one always has potential, essentially. So
Well, shit.
we'll hope he, for once, sticks to his own advice and actually makes this game good. Because Breath of the Wild 1 was really good.
I know, right?
Breath of the Wild 2 can only get better. Hopefully.
I mean, oh, crap. What was it? Aonuma? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he did say that he expands to the sky in this game, so
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's literally going to be, like, the entire map's going to have a whole sky map, too, so.
So, like, I got Hyrule Historia, and I know exactly how much they dedicated to Skyward Sword, which was half the book.
Was it really half the book?
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm sure they're gonna be like, this game has to be massive. We have to do classic Zelda and also Skyward Sword, because that's what Nintendo wants, essentially. they want to explain early Zelda, the origins,
I could see that.
quotes, but also where it's going in the future.
I mean, we do see like the Hylia statues everywhere.
Yeah, all over the place in Breath of the Wild.
So, yeah,
Which
I could see that. And I mean, whoever the skeletal dude is, the dehydrated Ganon.
the dry bones Ganon over there. I mean, do you think it's Ganon? I think maybe it's original Ganon. That's my theory. It's the first Ganon who, before he transformed into a beast, saved his human form.
I mean, that could be a case, but I wouldn't mind if it's like someone new.
I also wouldn't mind that because, you know, Majora's Mask is my favorite game. Skull Kid's the villain of that game.
I know, right?
And it's like, where did this come from?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Vati coming back too, because that'd be sick as
Also,
fuck.
yeah, that'd be cool too. Vati hasn't been seen since what, Minish Cap or
Yeah, Minish Cap, because I think Minish Cap was after the Four Swords stuff.
Yeah, yep. I was like, which game was it before Minish Cap? Four Swords? Yep. Do you want to play Four Swords?
I mean, if you get a Game Boy adapter, we can play the Four Swords Adventure.
I have one Game Boy adapter.
I know that's gonna be a real pain in the ass for people not be able to see what our Game Boy screens look like.
Oh, that's true. We'll have to look into Game Boy Capture.
Oh God, we got to do 2 of them too.
Check them right now.
Good luck, I say, with that. Well, wasn't it that people were trying to figure out how to do that with Final Fantasy Chronicles or something like that, or Crystal Chronicles?
Oh my God, poor Crystal Chronicles. Did not get the remaster it deserved.
Fuck that remaster.
I do have an original GameCube copy. So if one day we ever get to that, obviously it'll be just the GameCube, but
Well, at least with that though, it's like
Jeremy and I won't be able to control each other independently and be like, oh, I have this screen. Jeremy has this screen. Which, if I remember correctly, it was like the monster radar and the treasure screen. And there was 2 other screens that I do not remember at all.
I don't even know. I didn't even play it, so.
I had cousins when I was a young boy, so we had Crystal Chronicles and 4 Game Boys for sure. And we played Four Sword Adventure, I think, once, and it went poorly.
Well, I know, like, the bad thing that sucked about that is, like, literally, like, every single battery life was such a pain in the ass.
Oh, God. What, the Game Boy lasts like 4 hours at most?
I think that's based off your battery, whatever battery you put in, I think.
It was either the Advanced or the Advanced SP. No, the Advanced had regular batteries, and the SP.
Yeah, I did have a chargeable. I love the SP. So good.
Did you have an original DS?
Yeah.
Or did you really?
Yeah, I had the big old blocky boy.
Okay. What color was it?
It was red.
I had a blue one. Midnight blue. That thing. I have a copy of Mario 64 DS. And I want to figure out how to capture that someday.
Guess what? I won.
Yeah. Is this the first win?
Yeah, it's actually it's my first one hand.
Yes.
So
So Game Boy Capture, we could do Game Boy Player, which I have.
Okay.
So
Maybe we'll put it on the list then.
and then
Maybe way into the future though, because that's a lot of hardware to figure out.
absolutely.
We could barely handle this freaking old computer.
We're capturing a PS5 on my 5-year-old computer, and it barely works. So we'll see how it goes from there. Next topic, please. Look, a segue.
A segue. Look, I won again.
Oh shit!
I'm fucking kicking their asses. So next on the list will be events. So E3 has been canceled for the year.
Rip E3. How do you feel about E3, Jeremy?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, E3 was really good back in the day, and then afterwards, I think, I don't know, it's either that we got older, and then we noticed bullshit and stuff like that, and then either that or E3 got more, I wouldn't say like.
I feel like it's gotten more commercialized.
Yeah,
less so more towards like
that is the better word that I was thinking of.
Game companies being like, look what we made, and more like, look at this product we're trying to sell to people.
That is true. So I mean, it's still a shame because E3 is still always an exciting.
It's like a huge reveal for a lot of things from all the game companies, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Besides PlayStation.
Besides PlayStation, because they were like, "Oh fuck you guys, we got our state of play."
That fucking suck ass. Ugh, I hate state of plays.
They're awful. That's why I didn't watch the last one. I'm sorry.
They're so bad. Oh yeah, did you even do your homework from last one?
I'm sorry.
You know,
state of plays are so boring. I just didn't.
That's fine. I do not care.
I'll watch the next one. I promise.
We'll watch it together.
That's even better.
We'll just put a video out, because why not?
Okay, we could put out our reaction. That's even better.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, still E3, still a really hot part of the year.
Chico. Sorry.
You're fine. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, for the E3 cancellation. Think of anything else for it?
Sorry, press. I know that's like your
Also,
main
other
bread and
reaction
butter.
channels.
Any reaction channels as of like 2018.
That would have been us too. That would have been us too, though. We would have definitely reacted to the E3.
They just have directs, I guess.
That is true.
Whenever those fucking come out.
I'm pretty sure, like, since E3's canceled, Nintendo's got to do their own big direct for it, and then probably PlayStation's going to do their own thing.
Of course, Xbox is going to have its state of play or
Xbox,
whatever they call
like,
it.
Game
showcase.
Yeah,
or
showcase.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Xbox, and that's the main console I have.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I would like to talk about it. So Mike, have you ever heard of Big Ol'?
The big slap?
The Big Slap.
You'll have to remind me because I forgot what it was already.
Well, come on, you know what it is. Say it, Mike.
Oh.
Just say it.
I'm gonna cut this out, so I'm gonna discuss with you.
Okay.
What bit should I make? My Let's Play channel? Or Ring level? Or something stupid like that? My Mahjong chips?
No, just say like get this E3 out of my mouth.
Keep your E3 announcements out your fucking mouth! Anyway.
Man. You should just keep the whole bit in. But
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on the Grammys. I'm sorry, not the Grammys, the Oscars.
I think it's Oscars.
Sorry, I'm a music guy. He slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, like full force. Not even like kidding, not a bit at all. Was like truly offended on behalf of his wife, supposedly. And wow, it's gonna be in the history books.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Chris Rock was right.
Wait, say that again.
Chris Rock was right.
Oh, okay.
He said something about this being like the most important moment
Oh,
in the
that
history
part.
of television.
That part. That is true.
Everyone's gonna remember this for like 70 years.
I know people. I honestly don't care. But
I don't either. I didn't even know the Oscars were happening until that happened.
I know, right?
I was just like, oh my god, Chris Rock got hit by Will Smith? No.
Now
I
they're
thought Will Smith was cool.
I can't wait till they show their WWE matchup.
There you go. That's what I'm really waiting for. They're in the cage together.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
This is Raw. Chris Rock and Will Smith. Bonesaw is ready. Oh yeah. Brother.
So I honestly don't care for the for any of this news.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really funny to see all these memes.
It's crazy.
There's so many
We're part
funny
of
memes.
history right now.
I
But
know,
other
right?
than that, I guess we're moving on.
Well, no, I'm just saying like as in I don't care of so if you had to say, what side would you be on?
Oh God. Chris Rock, I guess.
Yeah.
It was kind of unprovoked. He's a joke. It was a joke. He is a comedian. He was hired to do jokes
That's true.
at the Oscars. He made a G.I. Jane joke, which GIs, if you're unaware, generally have their head shaved before they go into service. So they look mostly bald, which wasn't really an insult at her, as in Chris Rock showing his excitement for another G.I. Jane, kind of facetiously.
So
So it was kind of uncalled for, but also I understand where Will Smith is coming from, because he was...
I mean, you're generally uncomfortable for whoever significant under significant other.
Anybody
you're
who
with.
is significant other has a joke made about them. You always said like, "Well, geez, I can't believe you said that."
I mean, in my case, again, I'm not really on either side, just because both of them are both. I would say are in the wrong.
Yeah. Well, they're both celebrities, so I can't really feel sorry about either of them.
That is true. They're both still multi-millionaires.
They're super rich. I don't give a shit about their drama entirely at the end of the day.
Right.
But
It's still.
it was
funny.
fun to watch.
It was fun to watch.
The memes coming out of it have been hilarious.
Oh yeah. Speaking of memes, I seen one recently on Instagram where
I'll probably put a couple up
There's
in
like
this
a-
episode if I can find them.
well, if I'll have a one, maybe I could find.
Put the
Freaking-
specific Will Smith and the specific genre and tag of the game or franchise you're talking about. And I'll find it later.
So it was a Marvel's reference of the Spider-Mans.
Okay.
So they're going through.
Oh, no.
They're fixing in the timeline. When Spider-Man comes out, the little ring that Doctor Strange
Strange
comes
makes.
out. He swings and grabs Chris Rock out of the way, puts him in the big the side stands or whatever they're called, the awning stands, or I don't know.
In
But
the seats, basically.
yeah, the big seats over there. And then Will slaps nothing. And then Tobey Maguire goes up to Will and he says, "Are you crying?" And then Will says, because it goes to the next part. It goes to the next part of when Will gets his reward. And he says, "I'm not crying." And then it cuts to Chris Rock. It cuts to Chris Rock and he says something, but I don't remember. But it's fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry, I just had like a breakdown because I grew up with the Spider-Man 3 movie and I'm like dying so hard over here because I understand everything about that, what you just said. Are you crying?
Are you crying? There's so many good
God.
ones. People are fucking crazy with the edits.
Holy shit. Oh my god. These memes are savage.
They're very savage, and they're the best. They remind me of freaking old, freaking like Newgrounds humor.
Oh god, classic Newgrounds. Oh, we could talk about that all day. It's a topic for another day.
Oh man,
What is
Okay.
the next topic, speaking of which? Ooh.
So the next one on the list, let's see. So we guess we can talk about the PS Plus Game Pass,
Oh yeah.
whatever news thing.
Okay.
So
I want to let you give you thoughts first, because I have the Xbox Game Pass,
Do you have
and
the
I
Xbox One? That was the question
love
I was
it
gonna ask.
entirely. So
Okay.
I want to know how you feel about PS Plus Game Pass finally being added.
So I think it's really neat because I mean, obviously you get this huge library apparently. Mm-hmm. So I think what they announced is that there's 3 steps or 3 like layers of this subscription thing you can choose from.
Okay.
So the first one is pretty much normal PS Plus, which is everything that you get with PS Plus, and that's it. And I don't remember the names. And it's like Essential. I think that one's called Essential. And then the next one, I believe it's I can't remember the breakdown, but I think it's either $13 to $15 a month, technically, because based off of like yearly averages. That one will allow you to get a pool of around 300 plus games, which they haven't announced yet, of pretty much PS5, 4, and I don't know 100% of PS3 games.
Okay. No PS2 or PS1.
Yeah.
So far.
So, and then the last layer, which is about, I think it's $18 to $20 a month, and that is pretty much all the past two layers, plus you get about maybe 200 plus more games, and those are your PS2, 1, and PSP games.
Okay. That's not too bad. Well, how much more is it than the Essential? Do you know?
So, I believe yearly. So yearly for normal PS Plus is 50 to 60. Mm-hmm. I don't know exact numbers. And then the second layer is $80 a year.
Okay.
And then the last one is $100 a year, I believe.
What does the last one include?
The last one?
Yeah.
That one's I think 500 plus games throughout the entire library.
Okay, so...
And I think the only caveat is that the PS3 games are only streamed, because I guess emulating PS3 games is extremely difficult.
I've heard that also.
Just based off like whatever hardware they decide to choose or whatever.
The architecture for the PS3 was really like complicated to develop for, which is why MGS4 itself hasn't got a full
like
master in any capacity at all, because it was entirely developed with the PS3's architecture.
I can see that. So yeah, so that's pretty much what this pass is about. But like, other than that, I think it's actually not too bad.
The $20 plus option doesn't sound too bad, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
better than Nintendo's option, really.
Yeah, you
don't get like 30 games.
I think for Nintendo, you get the Genesis games, which I think has reached.
Okay, 30. The Genesis is cheating.
Yeah, but it's part of it. But it's the Genesis games, which is about 30 games, I believe, 30 plus. And then the 64 games, I think it's 20 plus.
And then you also get the NES and Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you also get all that stuff, and then you get the DLC stuff.
Sort of value.
So, I think it's really neat, and I think it's kind of worth it, in my opinion. Just
PlayStation, definitely.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't show it.
Not Nintendo. Sorry, Nintendo. You suck.
And what's kind of neat too is that you're actually able to download some of these games. You don't have to stream them.
Right.
Because the PS Now delay is really hard to deal with for some games.
Right.
I think I tried the free trial. I tried Fallout 3. And it was okay if you got used to it, but once I was like in the open world, it was kind of hard to get some precise shots.
That's very, very heavily stat-based game. Stats are like XCOM, basically. If you don't have like 98% accuracy, you're gonna miss.
Right. All right. So that's pretty much all I want to say about that.
We're on to the next topic.
What? All right, next on the list here. What to talk about? Talk about the Elden Ring No Damage.
Stealing a Dr. Pepper real quick, sorry.
You're fine. Cracking one up for the boys.
Elden Ring No Damage.
Yeah, someone beat the game without literally dealing damage to anything in the game.
About just impressed with this as I am with the Dark Souls 3 No Damage dance pad run.
Oh, the dance pad.
The dance pad. That's like my peak right now, honestly, of FromSoft Let's Plays. When someone beats this game with a dance pad no damage, that's fine. I'll accept it.
Well, I mean, there was that one, I can't remember his name, but the guy who literally beat all Souls games without taking any damage.
That guy was insane. Props to him. I'll put the name in, edit it afterwards. Sorry, we don't remember who you are right now. No false information on this podcast, but I'm not gonna look it up right now.
Well, hell, like, oh, that was, I'm not gonna lie, if I would have died at, like, literally the last boss of the last game of that he did, and he just...
hard your heart would be pounding through that entire list.
Oh my god. Like, I think even, like, starting the next game...
Now,
I think even just starting the next game, and you're like, oh, I'm on Dark Souls 2 now. I hope I don't get shot by a stray arrow.
exactly. It's like, how do I maximize my efficiency with dodging every single thing in this entire game?
I mean, at that
That's an entirely different level of good at Dark Souls.
same here, but I'm not that good.
Oh,
But if you want to edit the new guy in for the no damage, that slash name here.
I'll put the name up. Probably through this whole section that we're talking about this.
Right. But
He's a god. You're incredible. Thank you, sir, for your contributions, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just crazy how he like glitched through the map and was able to like skip sections of the game. That's crazy to think about.
You did it with a dance pad. Think about that.
Now do it with dance
Do
pad.
it with your feet. Play Dark Souls with your feet.
Play it with your hands, but
Sure, you
upside
can
down.
get used to it eventually, but still, there's only so much you can account for.
Put your game on a breaker switch, and then if you do a certain action in the game,
in Morse code, why don't you? All
Now
your
we just
controls are delayed by 4 seconds
oh nice.
with your input lag as well.
You know what we need though? We need Twitch plays Elden Ring.
Dark Souls yet?
I don't know.
I know they play Pokemon at least through Silver.
I don't
I
remember.
don't know if it has it gone past that.
Did they actually keep going with it? I thought they only did one of them and that was it.
I'm pretty sure they did Silver too.
Okay.
I think they let a goldfish play Silver,
Yeah, and didn't he
and
beat
he
it
actually
too?
got through it.
I think he beat it, didn't he?
Just through random goldfish movements. Maybe it gave him food throughout. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Man. Speaking of Twitch, that's reminding me of like Salty Bet. Have you ever heard of Salty Bet? Mm-mm. Oh wow. So have you ever heard of Mugen?
Yes.
So Salty Bet is pretty much like a Mugen tournament on steroids. So
No, Mugen can be modded extensively.
yeah, so it's literally all these like modded characters that people made, and it's all, I believe it's all AI. I don't think it's,
So it's like Amiibo, basically, kind of.
yeah, I'd say, I think maybe a little bit is actually people, but I think it's mostly AI. But they have these programs with them, or like they set up programs or whatever for these AIs, and they have tournaments. And then these tournaments are based off of like power ranking. So if your character is not really that good, it's like in D rank or whatever. But if like these, and then it just keeps going through the ranks, and what's neat about it is like you can fake bet or whatever. You put like fake money, and you fake bet on these characters, and you see if you win or not. So I wouldn't mind maybe for a funny video or whatever.
Just do like
we could do
like
a funny
bet.
tournament or whatever. We can see who wins.
I'd be super down for that.
I think it would be pretty fun. And then what's really funny too is like sometimes there's these like special tournaments where there's just a shit ton of broken characters. Like these characters have full screen
Just
death
doing
kills,
crazy,
whatever.
stupid shit all the time.
Like yeah, and there's like combos that are infinite and whatever. It's like it's fun. It's cool stuff.
Okay.
That's some Super Best Friend plays stuff that we can bring into our channel.
I'm down.
So that'll be pretty fun. So next on the list, off of that tangent, we have the NVIDIA Switch 2 leak. So I found this a little while ago of Nvidia leaking some game or some graphics cards that are labeled for the Switch 2. They have the same code name as when they did the Switch.
I haven't heard anything about this, so I'll be letting Jeremy mostly talk about this while I speculate, essentially.
I mean, I'm just speculating too, since it's really just a leak. So, I mean, it could be fake too.
Okay.
And also we've seen shit tons of rumors about Switch 2.
Yeah, so much about the NX, as it was called back in the day.
Right.
Only half of which turned out to be really true. So, I mean, we can just go wild at this point, right?
I know. Well, I think what I'm just hoping for Switch 2 is literally allow your freaking games to be played at 30 frames at least.
Please.
Because holy shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie, these choppy games are so bad.
Update your hardware to at least do 30 frames. We can't do choppy hardware in 2021. 2022, actually.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's the only thing I hope for freaking Switch 2 at this point. Because,
I just wish at this point it has better Joy-Cons.
That could be one.
Better...
I mean, the Pro Controllers are fine.
That's true. I do have the Pro Controller, so I can't really complain that much. It does just fine. Doesn't drift. After 4 years? How long have you had yours? 5, 6 at this point?
I mean, since launch.
Since launch.
I mean, I haven't experienced the drift on mine yet, but I mean, not once.
You've been Pro Controllering most of the time?
That is true. I have only been using Pro Controller for like the longest time.
I used handheld mode a lot, and I've gone through 2 pairs of Joy-Cons at this point. So it is a real problem, no matter how much Nintendo tries to deny it. It is an actual problem.
Yeah.
Their Joy-Cons are not as good as they like to believe. But I don't complain that much. I got the Pro Controller. I can play games comfortably.
Hopefully they have folders.
They do have folders now, actually.
I know we do.
They're terrible, not part of the home screen in the least bit, but they're there.
I mean, they're there.
They're trying, I guess.
But yeah, I hope Switch 2 figures some problems out.
If there is one, even.
So now we're on a Mike story now, which is the NFT Formula One blockchain.
Yes. So just today as of recording, which was, I'm not going to tell you the date, but you'll be able to tell roughly around from when this recording uploads. So there was a Formula One game where you could buy NFTs to boost your progress, essentially.
Oh, so it was actually like not just art.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was, you would buy something for an extraordinary amount of money, a stupid amount of money, to boost your progress in the game. And that game essentially went offline, in air quotes, today. So everything on that blockchain is essentially worthless.
Nice.
Like, sure, you could tie the value you spent to it on its own individual value, but without that URL that it's connected to it's essentially worthless. So I want to warn anybody who has been interested in NFTs or even anything kind of like that this is what can happen. If you invest in something really stupid and obscure and it goes offline at any point, your investment is worthless.
Yep. And
this is the consensus with most NFTs.
hard stance. I mean, literally everyone knows. Well, I wouldn't say literally everyone because it's still
Pretty
still
much
a thing.
everybody knows at this point.
But yeah, NFTs.
Nobody with super
straight up
disposable
scam.
income knows.
I mean, if we release Backroom plays NFTs,
Can you imagine?
can you buy them?
What would it even be? Like a voice clip of The snot kid from Wind Waker.
No, I bet you the
snot fish.
I bet you the best NFT would be the one where we freak out that a seagull came out of the ocean.
Freaking flew out of the water. Right through Link.
Technically our first joke.
Don't give anyone any ideas.
I know they're ours.
They steal them from artists all the time. They can steal that from us just as easy.
Alright. But, I mean, I really hope NFTs leave. I mean, Bitcoins are fine.
Bitcoin, yeah, I feel that as well. Bitcoin is fine, even though it's like volatile.
Yeah.
With
like,
its value at the moment.
Like, and also environment stuff or whatever.
People attach value to literally anything. So it's like, if something's actually valuable and there's value on it, then why not? But right now, it's kind of stupid.
I think the one thing that always freaks me out is like when something like that goes like super high in value, I just don't know where the hell the money comes from.
Exactly. Most of the time, it's a group of people trading it back and forth to each other for increasing values, and that's what drives the price up in the blockchain. So it gives it perceived value when it's not actually valuable at all. That's what happens with a lot of the NFTs in the blockchain. So there's very, very, very few with any actual value, which is why it's a very poor idea to invest in any NFTs at all.
I mean, nice. So I believe that is it for news. I think the last thing we can talk about now is some channel news. So we have finally figured out Mike's second game. I mean, we still have Psychonauts and all the other wins going through. We still haven't finished those yet at this point.
Psychonauts and Wind Waker are close.
Yeah, they're
That's
both,
all I can say.
Yeah, they're both very close to the ending. But yeah, we figured out Mike's second game, and if you want to reveal it, you don't even remember. Come on, I'll give you a hint. Starts with an A.
Oh, AI. The first AI, which is, from what I understand, a visual novel. Kind of.
Pretty much.
A Japanese mystery visual novel kind of thing. From what I understand, at least. Jeremy has played through it.
I would say that. I mean, I'll just say it now. I platinumed it, so...
Oh, he knows all about it.
Yeah, I know a lot about it.
And he's given me a synopsis and some tantalizing bits of information, I'll say.
Oh, yeah. I gave him some sweet tidbits of some sweet jokes in the game.
It makes me really excited to play it, because I'm a huge fan of, like, thriller mysteries, and this sounds right up my alley, really.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think this will be a really fun one, especially since the second game's coming out in June.
Yeah, pretty soon. So we have, like, 2 months to play through the first game?
Yeah, I think that'll give us a good window.
Which is plenty of time for that kind of game, really.
Yeah. And I mean, it'll also give us a little bit of breather, too, because, I mean, even after playing Psychonauts, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a break, and then we'll get into Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
Since we kind of missed that train.
And I'll be honest, playing Psychonauts is kind of, it's let's playing it and also playing it is kind of difficult to pay attention to what's going on. So I don't really absorb anything until I edit the episodes.
Right.
Which is counterintuitive because we recorded most of those episodes 2 years ago.
That's true.
Maybe a year and a half ago at this point.
But yeah, I'm super excited for this LP. This will be really fun.
Same.
I'm just hoping that there's not going to be a little bit of like some silent moments just because we're listening to the audio.
Yeah, we've had a lot of dead air in the last few episodes, which is not on purpose, I promise you. Let's playing is harder than you think.
Oh yeah.
It's like, how do you be funny every time you're playing a video game?
I mean,
It's hard.
It's hard. I mean, I think if you ask that to like literally anybody or any LP person that's even remotely, I mean, well, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but
I'm sure most people at this point that have done Let's Plays for years are used to it now, but we're new, so it's like you have to give us some slack.
I would say so,
especially with the cats. Tabs and Adam, little bastards.
I mean,
we love them.
They're just at this point they're
a little chaotic. But like neutral chaotic. They show up every once in a while and cause havoc. But
I mean, you guys won't know this, but Tabs has been literally just chilling.
He's been very chill lately,
which is really nice.
It's mostly been Adam.
I didn't have to banish him.
That's true, actually. Adam.
Other than that, I think that is it for the podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Insert ad here. Just kidding. We don't have those yet.
I had one earlier. I'll make a fake one. It'll be dumb as shit. Don't worry.
You probably won't.
Just you wait. That's a dare.
Just prove me wrong.
I'll prove you wrong. I'll record with my boss at work.
Nice. Don't do that. Get fired. Just kidding.
Well, I guess if we want to end the podcast here,
hold on, I have a win.
No clue what's been going on other than a few wins. Other than that, I've been fully invested in discussing the podcast. Truly. Oh no.
No way.
R.I.P.
But I mean, oh yeah, I guess we could also say this too. We have no idea what the frick to put in the background of these podcasts.
That's true. Unless you just want like a still backroom background image of whatever we come up with for the thumbnail that week. This is what you get, which I feel is more interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you get some.
The last episode was. This one maybe not so much, because there was like a half hour we didn't do a single thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I was playing a game.
It's okay, it's a podcast.
I know, right? I don't even know if I won anything.
I might just put this in like picture-in-picture mode, you know, where it's like a small picture on top of like the thumbnail. I might just do that for this episode, but it's been a good one.
I know.
I like this episode a lot.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening to the Backroom Podcast.
We'll hopefully see you in episode 3.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
That should have been this episode, but you have to wait for the next one. If you like this episode, please check out any of our Let's Plays, Psychonauts, Wind Waker, or Elden Ring.
And soon to be AI.
Soon to be AI. The Psalm files. I'll be playing that. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And you'll be in for a good time.
Yeah. Well, see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.